Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. I am so very excited to have you here. I'm not gonna lie, I've already done this like 4 times. I filmed this video, my SD card crapped out and my video is just gone, so we're gonna try this again. Clearly it's my son not talk as much. But obviously I've been gone for a little while. There's been about a year gap from me making videos to me getting back into this. While I've been gone, I was still reading, not a lot, but I was reading a little bit. So I'm going to just kind of recap all the books that I did read while I was away, let you know what I thought of them, give you all of my ratings, everything like that, since there hasn't been any type of wrap-up video. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm just gonna kind of go back, go over all of them just ever so slightly, try not to talk a lot about them, just kind of go through them, let you know what I rated them, if I recommend, don't recommend, and that way you're all caught up, we're all on the same page. I'm just gonna get my blanket on because I'm cold, and then get my Goodreads pulled back up, and then we'll get into it. So we'll start here. This was right before I got my job, I believe. So I was making a video for reading summer books. I guess it was like end of July, end of June, something like that. And I was making a video just reading summer books. I think it was anything that had summer in the title, if I'm not mistaken. But I did read a couple books for that. I think I ended up filming the whole video, editing the whole thing, and then editing the thumbnail and everything like that. I did everything for it, but for whatever reason I don't think it made it to post. I don't know why, couldn't tell you, but lo and behold, I read a few books for that video. I read Bad Summer People. I listened to Bad Summer People. It was decent. I wouldn't say it was anything super crazy. Kind of just following along the secrets of rich people while they're on vacation, stuff like that. And I think they're trying to solve a murder. Definitely not bad. I gave it a 3-star. Then I read Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I don't remember anything about that book, but I do know that I gave it a 4-star, and I do know that I really enjoyed it. I think it was one of those books that I told myself I would go back and reread at some point. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you anything about the book. I don't know what was so good. I think maybe just the romance aspect. Maybe it was just like a slow burn type of thing and I really enjoyed that. But nevertheless, I gave it a 4-star, and that probably would be something that I reread at some point. Then, whether or not I read this in the video or I read it in between, I don't know, but I read What Happens After Midnight by K.L. Walther. I remember that this one was a really difficult one for me to get through. I think I got about halfway through and I ended up reading the same chapter like 3 different times, 4 different times, something like that. I just couldn't comprehend it, I couldn't process it, and I was kind of over it, I guess. I just didn't want to go through it anymore. I was kind of done. I just wanted it to be over. I feel bad. I think the story was decent though, from what I remember. Not really. I don't really remember any of it. I'm just saying that. But I did give it a 3-star, so not that bad. I read Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I remember that I went specifically to the bookstore to go get this book for reading the summer video because it was a popular book at the time, and it just kind of felt right to read like a popular book that everybody was really into at that point, not one that everybody else had already read. So I did go get this book specifically for this video, and I ended up not liking it. I didn't give it a rating on Goodreads because I didn't know what I wanted to rate it. I was definitely thinking about it, but I took too long to think about it. Now I don't remember anything about the book, and I don't even know what to say about it. I just know that reading it I was underwhelmed, and I don't remember anything about it like at all. I just know that I didn't care for it, and I didn't give it a rating because I was trying to give it a fair rating and I just didn't give it one at all. So do with that what you will. I read You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hoggle. I really liked that one. I don't remember a ton about it, but I do know that I really enjoyed it. I think they are pushing each other to get divorced. Not divorced, they're not married, they're engaged. Each person is trying to get the other person to end the engagement first. So I guess kind of like, not kind of like, but How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, whatever. Kind of same type of deal, right? They're both trying to get the other person to want to break up with them and not be the one to do it themselves. So that's the premise of this one. And it was really funny because they really did like each other and they're really trying to push each other to the breaking point. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I did kind of like listening to that. I did listen to this on an audiobook. I liked it. I thought it was really funny. I gave it a 4-star. Then we have The Patient's Secret. I don't know. I know it was a therapist. I think basically someone died or someone did something happened, right? Something happened, and then all of her patients, she's trying to dig through all of their information to, you know, I'm not even gonna say that, right? Because she was so wrong. I don't know. From my memory of it, she was trying to dig through all the patients' information and then figure out who did whatever happened based off of that. That could be wrong. I don't remember. I gave it a 3-star. Not good, not bad, just middle ground. I listened I think I listened to that other one too. I listened to Keep It in the Family by John Mars. I mean, it was fine. Like, it wasn't anything crazy. I know that the couple moved into the parents' old home, I think, and then the wife finds something in the attic that kind of throws her off, and she's trying to figure out what happened or why the stuff's in the attic. It's definitely not anything like that I was super into. It was not bad, of course, but just not, you know, anything that shook me to the core. I guess that's kind of what I'm looking for. So I gave that one a 3-star. Then I read We Were Liars because I had that one on my shelf, I believe. Yeah, I did have the physical book and I wanted to get through it because I figured it was kind of a summary type book. Anyways, the book sucked. I hated the book. No offense. Did not like it at all. The book itself was so boring. Not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie. The ending, I didn't expect that. That one kind of threw me for a loop, and I do think about it frequently. I think about the ending of that. Doesn't make the book good. I still didn't like the book. I'm not trying to be a hater. I didn't like it. Not at all. Not even a little bit. I thought it was so boring. So I gave that one a 2-star. Probably could have dropped it down, but I don't hate it. I guess that ending saved it for me. Then I actually have this on Kindle Unlimited right now. I thought that I did not read this, but I guess I did. I read The Girl Next Door by Jack Ketchum. That's why I don't really say people's names, because I don't know. And it's not that I'm trying to hide the author, it's just I can't pronounce anybody's name. I can't do it. I can't pronounce people's names and I don't want to mess it up and then look like an idiot. That's why I don't do that. This book was upsetting. It was one of those upsetting books, and I don't ever know what to rate these because it's not something that I'm just into, I guess. It just happened to be in the book and I read it and it just sucks. It's pretty much just about these two girls that end up getting taken in by this lady. I don't know how, why, I don't remember if they're cousins or what the deal is, but they end up getting taken in, and the lady is really abusive to these two girls to the point where she locks, it's mainly the one of them's, you know, gets the brunt of it. But she ends up getting like locked in the basement, stuff like that, tied up. The lady just does all types of terrible things to her, and then she recruits like her sons and then the neighborhood boys and stuff like that to also do these terrible things to her. They're essentially just torturing her the whole time, and it really is difficult to read. And then also I think that this is based on a true story, something like that, so that makes it even worse. It like sucks. I don't know. I don't know what I think. Even just my opinions, I don't really know what my opinions are when it comes to stuff like this. I don't really know. It's just something that I don't read a lot of to be able to express anything. I don't know. I'm not gonna say a whole lot on that just because I don't know what to say and I don't know how to say it. I don't have enough thoughts in my head to properly communicate what I'm trying to say or my opinions or anything like that. I think I just need to look at some reviews from other people that have read the book. Basically just look at how other people talk about it and their opinions, thoughts, whatever on the book, just so I have a more rounded way of explaining my thoughts on these particular subjects, because it is kind of difficult to talk about in my opinion. I don't know what to say. So on that note, I'll probably just not say anything else because I just don't want to keep going. I'll keep rambling on and I don't want to do that. That's that. I've read that book. I did not give it a rating. I really don't even have any type of rating system in my head for horror type stuff like that. So at some point I will kind of sit down, think about it, formulate an opinion, I guess. Also watch some other people, see what they have to say about stuff like that, and then go from there. But for right now, it's gonna stay as a no rating. I'm probably not gonna go back and rate it just because I read it so long ago, but that's that. Then I listened to Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie, I know everybody loves that book. Everybody says it's one of the best books they've ever read. I listened to it. I don't remember anything about it. I know they were building a video game or doing something with the video game. I just don't know. I don't remember. I gave it a 3-star, so it was good. Not my favorite, not my least favorite, whatever. It was just mid-range for me. Sorry. Again, I know people connected a lot with that. I didn't. And I don't remember why. Then I listened to Mere Christianity and the Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis. I didn't give either of those a rating. I take that back. I gave Mere Christianity a 4-star rating, and then I didn't give the Screwtape Letters any type of rating just because those were something that I listened to and I didn't fully process 100% of what was going on. So I don't remember just the gist. I don't know what I got out of it necessarily. To be honest, I don't know if I got anything out of it just kind of the first go around. And that was something that I expected. I expected to have to go back in and either read it or listen to it again. Probably end up reading it. So those I enjoyed. It's definitely something that I would have to read again though to actually get some stuff out of it. But listening to them the first go around, I did still enjoy them. I still liked them, and I liked them enough to know that I'm going to read them again at some point. Then we have The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I gave this one a 2-star. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. I know something about a wedding, and that's it. I don't know why I didn't DNF it, to be honest. I just know that I was reading it and I had no idea what was going on the entire time I was reading it, and I don't remember what it's about. I know that I didn't like it, and I gave it a 2-star. Probably could have given it a 1-star, but maybe there was something in it that I cared for at the time. Pineapple Street by Jenny Jackson. I gave that one a 4-star. I know it was good listening to it. Don't remember what it's about. Assistant to the Villain. I gave that one a 4-star. I enjoyed the slow burn-ness of it. I thought it was really good. Still Beating. This book, I went into it and I thought I was gonna love it. First of all, I don't know how this got on my Kindle. I don't know why it got on my Kindle. Obviously someone said something about it being good and I didn't look at it at all and just put it on there and found it and decided to read it. This book starts off with this girl and her sister's fiance, husband, one of the two. I don't remember. I don't remember if they're married or not. They end up getting kidnapped by the serial killer that's like called the Matchmaker. Basically, he just kidnaps a couple and then tries to make them fall in love, and then once they fall in love in his captivity, then he gets rid of them, disposes of them. It was a very interesting concept, okay? Them being in a house with the guy, whatnot, that was very interesting. I thought them trying to escape was very interesting. Like the whole being held captive and then finding a way to escape or having somebody find you, whatnot. Like whether it be a different section, like half the book is about this and then it like switches POV to somebody trying to find, like, I don't know, like some Criminal Minds type of stuff. That's what I was expecting, okay? And we know I hate detective books, but I feel like even a detective in this book would have been fine. Like someone trying to find these people. Like just imagine this being a Criminal Minds episode. Great, it would have been great. I think as terrible as this is to say, if it was something like that where they were spending the entire book trying to get out, or if they were spending, you know, most of the book trying to get out and then had somebody else come in, like whatever the case was, I think anything could have been better than that. I want the whole story to be building up and then we get to the end. And this was just like a build up and then fall, and then we just kept falling. I didn't care. I did not care about them after they got out. But I think that it would have been so much better if it was like a mystery or detective. Maybe not a detective, but like somebody trying to find them. Again, Criminal Minds-esque. This was not Criminal Minds-esque. They basically went in, they were there for a few chapters, and then they got out and they're trying to figure out what to do with their lives because they fell in love with this guy, and then he's marrying her sister. I wanted Criminal Minds, it was not that. So I gave it a 2-star. Then I listened to Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. I thought it was really interesting. I thought was it like an older, I think it was set more back in the day. I don't know. I don't remember it all. I just know it was very interesting. I enjoyed listening to that one. So I give it a 4-star. Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. This book, look, if I read stuff like this, it just makes me sad, okay? Usually not that bad, but this book just made me sad. People getting tortured in books, and I mean like aggressively tortured, it's upsetting, right? It's upsetting. It upsets anybody. But this book, it wasn't even as aggressive and as visual, I guess, as The Girl Next Door. That book was very aggressive in what was going on, okay? That was very just point blank, here's all of the details, okay? That book was upsetting, yes. This book, I don't know why it upset me so much more, but this book upset me so bad. I think it was like 2 sisters or something like that, and their third sister ended up going missing and they never found her. And then the girls are trying to, and then the 2 sisters, I don't know if they're trying to figure out what happened to her or if they stumble across what happened to her, but that's pretty much all that I remember. I do remember one very specific scene that really upset me. 2 specific scenes that really, I don't want to say I think about often, but just I think about occasionally and I'm like, man, that's awful. I don't know why this would hit me so hard, but it made me feel all of the things and it was so upsetting. But the book itself was so good. It was a great book. It was a great book that made me feel something, even though it was terrible what was going on. I gave that one a 5-star. I probably will be purchasing the physical copy just cause it's one of those that I want the physical copy for, just to have it. 13 by Steve Kavanaugh. This one's part of a series. I don't know if it's a detective series or not, but I do think it's one of those really massive series that there's like 30 something books in. This one's like a serial killer or something. He ends up wiggling his way into the jury stand. He's basically a jury. I don't know. He helps make a decision, basically accusing the person that's on trial for this guy's murder, even though he's the one that did it. We know from the beginning that he's the one that does it, and then he's kind of setting everybody up the entire time. It's very interesting, I will say that. The premise of it's very good. I think that the overall idea, really neat, okay? The execution, not my favorite. I do think that overall it was not bad by any means. I don't think that it's something that I loved, but I think just overall it was very interesting to kind of see what was happening, see the way that this guy was like manipulating everybody and then trying to get them to be in his corner, even though they don't really know that they're in his corner, I guess. It was very interesting, but I don't think that I really cared for it that much. And then also we got to a point where I think a detective stepped in or something like that. There was a detective trying to figure it out throughout the whole thing, something like that. And we know how I feel about that stuff. The ending was just kind of weird. I think I lost interest at the very end, so I didn't really pay attention to the ending that much, but I did give it a 3-star. Definitely not bad. Very unique, I would say. I listened to Remarkably Bright Creatures. I started reading that one, but I just couldn't get into reading it, so I just started listening to it instead. Pretty good. I thought the octopus was really sweet. I enjoyed the relationship between the octopus and the janitor. Cleaning lady? I don't know. I thought their relationship was really sweet. I enjoyed that book a lot. Gave that one a 4-star. Then I read The Push. I don't remember too much about this one. I know that the mom thinks that her daughter is like a sociopath or psychopath or something like that, and she's trying to figure that out. Maybe. I remember listening to this one on audiobook, and the whole time I was like, okay, pretty good. So I gave that one a 4-star. I read The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I gave it a 3-star. I don't remember much about it. It's a 3-star, so it's just kind of gonna be mid-range for me. Not amazing, not bad. Just kind of one of those that was decent. Then I think we come into my favorite book that I've read. I don't want to say so far, but this is probably one of my all-time favorite books / book series. Absolutely obsessed. I listened to Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. This book is so good. I loved it. I absolutely loved it, and I will say for certain, I would not have liked it as much if I read it physically. I will say that again, I would not have liked it as much if I physically read it. The audiobook is the way to go. Look, if you need a good audiobook to read, this one is the book. It is so good. The narrator is perfect. Then it has a second book, okay? So you can read the first one and the second one. You can listen to them too. You can listen to the first and second one. And the narrator is a narrator for both of them. I don't know if that's a common thing, but we know I'm big with narrators. I don't like books when the narrators just, I don't like their voice. The narrator just fit. I could go on and on and on and on and on even more about this book, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna say I gave it a 5-star. The first and second book, I gave them both 5-star. They were so good. Loved them. I have the physical books on my shelf. Those are one of those ones that I would get like special edition copies, anything like that. But for real, one of the best books I've ever read. Listened to, I guess, technically, but who cares? It was so good. I highly recommend it. It's sci-fi, it's video game stuff, it's weird, it's definitely not my usual cup of tea, but this, what can I say? That is now my cup of tea. That's what I like. I read The Storied Life of A.J. Fickery, 3-star. I don't remember too much about the story or anything like that. I read Apprentice to the Villain. I listened to that one as well. I gave it a 3-star. I did not like it as much as the first one. I don't think I remembered a lot about the first one going into the second one. I think the second one was just coming out whenever I listened to the first one. If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember, but to my knowledge, I feel like the second one was not out yet or was about to come out whenever I listened to the first one, so I waited. I didn't remember fully what happened in the first book, so book 2 was just kind of like, I don't really know what's going on, and also I kind of stopped paying attention to it a little bit, so I did give that one a 3-star. Then I listened to Happiness Falls by Angie Kim. I don't remember too much about that one. I do know that it's this family and the dad goes missing. So that's like the point of the story, and then I think the dad goes missing with their like special needs son, and they're trying to find a way for the son to communicate with them so that way he can tell them what happened to the dad. I think that sounds about right. It was not bad at all. I gave it a 3-star. Then I listened to Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. I really liked it. I thought it was a really good book. So I gave that one a 4-star. Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. I gave it a 2-star. I don't remember anything about it. Then I read The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I gave that one a 4-star. I mean, it's pretty good. That's probably one of the best books that I've read by Frida McFadden. Probably the best book that most everybody else has read by Frida McFadden as well. I thought it was really good. I think the movie will be exciting to watch. The Lies I Tell by Julia Clark. I gave it a 4-star. I don't remember much about it. I will be honest, I did see this book at the bookstore about a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh, this is one of the books that I want to read. I should probably get it. Nope. I already read it and I didn't remember. That's telling. I gave it a 4-star though, so there had to have been something good in it. Then I have Recursion by Blake Crouch. I will say I have a love-hate relationship with Blake Crouch, okay? His books and his ideas, fantastic. Love the idea behind everything. Execution's probably great. The problem is my tiny brain. That's the problem, okay? Because his books are great. I enjoy them, but I have such a hard time grasping the concept and understanding exactly what's going on with all of his books that I can't get through them, and I can't give them a high rating because I just have such a hard time reading them, grasping them, understanding. Is that his problem? No, it's my problem. But I have a problem because I want to understand them and love them, but I can't because I have such a hard time getting through them. That's annoying. I gave it a 3-star. Again, is it bad? No, it was not bad at all. It was actually really good, but just reading it and having trouble with it, 3-star because of that. I didn't feel super connected to it because I was struggling through it. And that's pretty much the same with how I felt about Dark Matter as well. I think about the storyline all the time. Frequently I think about that. It was so good, but I gave it a 3-star because I just have such a hard time reading it. And again, that's not his fault, that's my fault. It's my problem. Should I be rating it a 3-star? Probably not, but that's just how I felt. So I had to do it. I know that one was about this disease that broke out that ends up giving people false memories. So people have these full-blown memories of a whole entire life that they never lived. And it's a mess. It's a disaster. It's such a great idea. It's so good. I'm just too little brain to understand it. So hopefully they come out with a TV show on Apple TV for it. I'm gonna kind of rapid fire, hopefully. Except for this one. I can't rapid fire this one because I read The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. This is my first Riley Sager book. I gave it a 3-star. When I first started it, it was incredible. I was flying through it. I was in a book slump, obviously. I've been in a book slump this entire year, might I add. I was flying through it. I was devouring it, loving every second of it. And then we get to the end. We got to the end. And when I tell you, I've never been so irritated, annoyed, disappointed, whatever, with a book. Never in my life. Who comes up with that? Who comes up with that and why? I'm not gonna lie, that felt like a fat cop-out to me. I didn't like it, didn't care for it, and that just plummeted the book for me. I probably would have given it a 5-star had that not happened. So that's my piece with that. 3-star. It will remain a 3-star. Darling Girls, I gave that one a 2-star. Don't remember anything about it. I know that I didn't care for it. I Who Have Never Known Men, I gave that one a 2-star as well. It just felt kind of boring. I didn't really get it. I didn't get it. Now, the start of it was interesting, but them just kind of wandering around trying to create a new life, it was fine, but it just wasn't anything that I was super fascinated by, so I did give that one a 2-star as well. This one I feel like it's gonna hurt some people's feelings. I apologize, it's not my intention, but I gave A Little Life 3-star. It was good, it was a lot, it was intense, there was some crappy things. I don't think it was something that was for me. Like, when I see people reading this, people cry and whatnot, never do I ever feel super emotionally connected to any character in a book, so that's probably character flaw number 1 that I have. Me getting emotionally attached to people in books, it just doesn't really happen, and so I was not emotionally attached, therefore I did not share the same feelings, whatever, with any of the characters. It was good, don't get me wrong, but I mean, just kind of the same thing a lot of people say. It was just a lot of trauma, and that was just a little difficult. I feel like sometimes I don't want to read about a bunch of that, like a lot of it, and of course that's other people's thing. People like that. That's great. Again, I'm not knocking the story. I think it was good, but I think it was just a little bit much for me. It's not something that I would care to read about, especially since I don't get emotionally invested. So I think that's my problem. Since I don't have that like emotional connection with the characters, reading this type of stuff doesn't really get to me like it gets to other people, therefore I don't find it as great or entertaining. Then I gave Armada by Ernest Cline a 3-star. I thought that after going into Ready Player One, Ready Player Two, loving those, this would be kind of the same kind of realm, same good, really good storyline, but it fell flat for me. I don't even remember what it's about. I know that I listened to it and it just kind of was something that I lost interest in. I just stopped caring about it a little bit. I stopped paying attention super hard. So 3-star. That's pretty much how it goes with me listening to audiobooks though, unless if I really like it. The Heart Goes Last by Margaret Atwood. I did not understand that book at all. I didn't get it, I didn't understand it, and I just kind of gave up with listening to it, so I gave it a 2-star. Then I read Phantasma. I physically read that one. I liked the games portions of it and whatnot. The overall concept was good, but I didn't like the ending at all. It was just kind of weird, so I gave it a 3-star. I read The Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden, gave that one a 3-star. This is one of those series that I think is interesting, and I think continuing it's still interesting, whatever, but I don't care to read the same thing over and over again. You know, it's just about the same person doing the same type of stuff. Post book number 2, I don't know what it is about. Like, it could be so different, I just don't know, but I don't care enough, so I probably won't be continuing that series. Then I read I listened to the audiobook, obviously, because I like these on audiobook. The Wizard of Most Wicked Ways. It's part of the Wimble House series, book number 4. I gave this one a 3-star. That's a little bit weird for me. I gave it a 3-star because I don't have a ton of recollection about what happened in the first books of the series, so continuing on with it is just a little difficult for me, just because we're doing stuff that I don't really know why, I guess. I don't know. Plus, I feel like there were a lot of new characters in this one. They were just kind of we're not really following the same people anymore. We've kind of expanded, grown to where we're now following one character from that book. I think the series as a whole is great, but I think moving on is something that I'm struggling with. I liked Merritt and Holga. I think that's her name. Holda, I think it's Holda. I really enjoyed them, and then they brought in, I think it's Beth, and I don't remember the other guy's name. I don't know. He's like the French guy, but I enjoyed that. But now that we're carrying on the series, kind of focusing on Owain, I'm sorry, I just don't care for it as much. I don't know. I gave that one a 3-star. It was not bad, but again, it's just kind of lost interest in it. Sunrise and the Reaping, I did not give this one a rating just because I feel like it's too close to the Hunger Games series. Like, I don't know. Those are just kind of 5-star tiers in my head, also because of the movies, whatnot. So I think continuing on with the series, it's already highly rated, I guess. I just have a difficult time with rating other books. If I were to talk about it now, I'd probably give it a 4-star. I did really like it. I enjoyed it. I'm excited to see a movie for that. I think that'll be interesting. Shark Heart. 1 star. Pieces of Her by Karen Slaughter. This is the first book of a series. I don't know if it's an aggressive series or if it's just like a loose series. I think it's a loose series because I think you can read them standalone if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. This one I read it, definitely not as good as the first one that I read by her. I don't know. I don't even have anything to say. I just gave it a 3-star. Then I read the one by John Mars. I gave it a 4-star. I thought it was good. I liked it. It's pretty much just like Tender, but if you like Tender meets Ancestry.com, you end up sending in all of this information, whatever, and it matches you perfectly, or it gives you a perfect match with someone else in the world. So basically it's just kind of following these couples that get matched or don't get matched or whatever the case is. It's just following these people in their relationships in the realm of this society where people are getting matched with. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Gave that one a 4-star. Then I listened to the Griffin Sisters' Greatest Hit. 4-star. Loved it. Super great. Thought about buying the book. I might do that at some point. I could see myself rereading that one again. Then I read How to Talk to Anyone. 92 Little Tricks for Big Success in Relationships. I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting something really groundbreaking, whatever, like little small talk conversation tips. I'm not great with talking to people that I don't know. I don't like putting myself out there that much. This was definitely more in the workplace environment, I feel like. Just, like, there wasn't really much that I got out of it that I feel like would have been super useful for day-to-day life. I know it was talking about making sure to smile slower so that people feel like it's more genuine. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna sit there and think about that hard. Just stuff like that, and then talking about repeating what people are saying to you to conversate with them so that they talk. You know, just the simple stuff. I mean, I wouldn't say that it's anything worth picking up, I guess. Gave that one. I actually didn't rate that one. Just cause, like, how am I gonna rate this lady? Is this lady reading the audiobook? Like, how am I gonna tell you that I don't like your tips? Yeah, they were fine. It was fine. It was a quick audiobook as well. I think it was like an hour or 2. Like, that's okay. I think I'm almost done. I'm gonna need a drink of water after this. I read Happy Place by Emily Henry. I read this over a span of a long time, I feel like. I gave that one a 3-star. Sorry. The Tenet by Frida McFadden, I gave it a 3-star. It was fine. Most Frida McFadden books are just easy, quick reads that I just don't find a ton of enjoyment in. Just how it is, unfortunately. Then I read Death Row by Frida McFadden. So I think it was like 70 pages or something. It was just something super short. I didn't get it. I don't understand. Was I supposed to read into it? Probably. Like, it's probably just multiple different endings. Like, you can envision how you want the ending to be or something like that. I just didn't care. So I give it a 2-star. Then I read Better Than the Movies by Len Painter. 4-star. Loved it. super great. I think there were some parts that I didn't care for, like just little more childish parts, I guess. But other than that, slow burn, fake dating. Okay, like you got me hooked. Lock Every Door by Riley Sager, 4-star. Actually, that's it. That's all that I read. There's 3 more, but I do have those in a reading vlog that I just filmed. But that's everything that I read while I was away. I feel like I did not read a lot while I was gone, but I guess I did. I guess I listened to a lot of audiobooks, and that's pretty much the bulk of all of that I read. For the most part, there was maybe just a few books that I physically read. Other than that, all of them were audiobook. And I'm not mad about it. I did enjoy doing that. It was a lot more calm for my mornings and afternoons. I didn't have to find something that I wanted to listen to or be in the mood for. I pretty much just put on whatever audiobook I wanted to and did my thing. But that's everything. That's all I got. Let me know what your thoughts were on any of them. If you agreed, disagreed. If you disagreed, please be nice to me, because I'm a gentle girly. Once again, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, and hopefully I will get to see you in the next one. See ya!